Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies here at RacingSportsZone.com. Time to talk some Milwaukee Bucks basketball. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer, host of the Wendy's Big Show, weekday afternoons from 2 till 6 on AM 1250 and 105.7 FM The Fan. He, of course, is Gery Woelfel of the Racing Journal-Times, columnist here, one of the top NBA insiders as well. Gary?
No, you know what?
We're a day away.
You know what the over-under is for you today?
Over-under on what?
30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds to blow up. I'm going with the under.
Let's talk a little bit about the Bucks. All right, so we're a day away. Trade deadline's Thursday, 2 in the afternoon. We're taping this at, what time is it? Like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. So right now, as we sit, where are the Bucks?
They're like basically 28, 27 other teams in the league, and they're exploring all their options. I mean, I'll give you a classic example. Everybody knows the Phoenix Suns are going to trade Morris, okay? They've known this for 2-3 weeks at least, okay? Suns could have pulled the trigger by now, without a doubt. But they're waiting. They're waiting to see if somebody's going to come in and give them that, really big-time offer. So I think that's the approach most of these teams have. And I think once one team makes trade, we've already had a couple already, but I think tomorrow you see one trade go down, you're going to see a bunch. And I'll tell you what, Steve, in all the years that I've covered the NBA, I've never seen so many big-name players available at mid-season. Usually they wait for the summer to blow it up. Dwight Howard? Are you kidding me?
Why would you want him?
What? Are you kidding me? In the right mix.
He's a coach killer. Yeah, but there is no right mix for that guy.
I don't know.
Who's the right mix? What's the right mix?
I'm not sure. Mix. I mean, let's say you go to Boston and Brad Stevens can handle him, okay? He can handle Brad
Nobody has proven to handle him yet. Not one coach. He's gotten every coach he's been with fired. Literally, everyone. Well, think about it. Everyone he's gotten fired.
No. Van Gundy, he and Van Gundy had a good rapport in Orlando. I think that was the
What?
Yeah.
Do you not remember the whole first press conference, him acting like he cares about Stan and didn't? All that crap? No, that was horrible. That was a horrible ending.
Well, there's people that don't like Dwight Howard for that reason. But I'll tell you, he is a talent. And,
he's a talent.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I mean, if Houston trades him now, they're just saying, hey, the season's over. They're caved in. I guarantee you, there'd be a ton of teams out there that would take. I mean, like Atlanta, for instance, they know Horford might not come back next year. Are you going to let Horford walk? Another name that's on the block: Horford, Teague, Morris.
Yep.
I mean, there's just a bunch of guys.
I don't want Markieff Morris. I don't want Dwight Howard. We're not going to be able to re-sign Al Horford the Bucks, so I don't want Al Horford. I mean, a majority of these guys
maybe his dad had a good time in Milwaukee.
Tito?
Yeah,
I doubt it.
One of the greatest guys I've ever met.
Sure. And I don't think Al's a bad guy.
No, Al's a great classy guy.
Sounds a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But either way, this Bucks team right now, okay, will Giannis be on the team come Friday?
Will Giannis be on the team? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be doing Junkies next week?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Yes, he will. If there's one sure thing, it would be him. Now watch, they'll trade him tomorrow. Okay. I mean, we're talking about Jason Kidd here. So.
I know that, but all right. So Giannis, you say, is there on Friday?
Yeah.
Jabari Parker.
Yep.
Chris Middleton.
That's a little yep.
A little yep.
Yeah, not with authority, because there are teams out there that think they could still trade Chris Middleton, and it wouldn't shock.
Well, he doesn't fit the traditional two-guard mold. I mean, I'll give you an example. You were talking about Phoenix, right, earlier?
Yeah.
Archie Goodwin and Devin Booker is what they've been playing with in that backcourt.
Correct.
Both young kids, right?
Right.
They're not going to be there because Brandon Knight and Bledsoe are both under the contract going forward.
One of those guys is going to be traded this summer.
But hold on a second now.
Okay.
If it's Booker and Goodwin and Markieff Morrison, who I'm going to cut immediately, but if it's those two and one of them for Middleton, I might listen to that. Because now you get a traditional two-guard that can play, and you have a young point guard.
Devin Booker?
Booker and Goodwin.
Don't even think about it. That's a pipe dream. They love Booker.
Then Brandon Knight's going to get traded.
No, either Knight or Bledsoe.
Knight ain't going to play point guard. When they played him at point guard, and Bledsoe got hurt, they were horrible. Yeah. He was horrible. Yeah. They're not keeping Brandon Knight. They're going to have to trade him.
They're going to trade one of those two.
I'd rather have Bledsoe any day of the week.
But the one thing I can safely say, they're not trading Booker. They love Booker.
They should. He's a stud.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just saying, that would be the one scenario where, okay, if I have to give up Middleton and I can get a young two-guard that can shoot, then I would do it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's going to be hard for me to move anybody. Now, so those three you say are probably bad. Right?
Right, yeah.
Greg Monroe.
I would say probably not.
Probably not?
Probably not.
Is it only New Orleans in the picture?
No, I mean, why would it only be
other
New Orleans?
teams? Because that's the only team I'm seeing reported.
You know, well, there are other teams. I'm sure a lot of this stuff hasn't come out yet, but there's interest. He's a good player. I mean, he's like, 6 and double-doubles. You know, you put him on a good team, I think he could be really good. There's a lot of talk that he was going to end up in Boston, New York, before he came to the Bucks. So there are possibilities. Who knows? But he's got, you know.
So you say probably not. Well, if he's probably not, then I'm guessing you're going to tell me MCW. There's no way.
If they can get anything for MCW, gone.
Does that then mean the Brandon Knight trade?
And you and I talked about this before we went on the air. MCW has been out there. I mean, I just can't believe that Bucks fans are like, oh my gosh, they're thinking about trading Brandon Knight. They've been thinking about trading him, or MCW. They've been trying to trade him probably since the end of the playoffs last year.
So does that mean the Brandon Knight trade was a failure?
Absolutely.
That's what it means.
Absolutely. Well, here's the caveat. If the Bucks regroup a good player in this trade, somehow they could package Michael Carter-Williams with John Henson or somebody else. Hey, maybe it's Greg Monroe. They might be able to get a really good player back. If that happens, no, then it was worth it.
Are there GMs that think they can fix MCW?
No.
Well, then what? Yeah,
there's maybe a small group that like him.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm Michael Carter-Williams, all this crap, I'm going to get traded again, and I was Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. If I'm Michael Carter-Williams, I'm going to work my tail end off one way or the other, and I'm going to figure out a jump shot this offseason. I mean, I just don't know how you don't, because at some point, as a player, you have to have pride and say, dude, this is stupid. I mean, I don't want to get traded anymore. I want to be somewhere, and I want to be the player that people thought I could be coming in the draft. At some point, you just got to get mad about the situation and just be like, it's me against the world, me against the NBA. I'm going to prove everybody I can play with.
Well, that's what it comes down to.
Because that's all it is. If he gets a jumper, he's the starter easy.
I agree. He's a very talented player when he wants to play.
But he's got to have the jumper.
He doesn't have, in today's NBA, it's all perimeter-based, you know. I mean, how many teams play inside out? It's always outside in now.
Because you don't have a lot of post players like Greg Monroe.
Exactly. I mean, if you're San Antonio and you got some bigs, that's
But that's why you don't move Greg Monroe, because you have one of the very few that actually can play with his back to the basket. Mm-hmm. That's exactly the point. So now go get a bench next year that can shoot.
You know, and I've said this to other people, I think there's more to the Greg Monroe thing than has surfaced. I mean, he came out, he wasn't quoted directly, but it was in the New Orleans Picayune that, you know, he wants to play for the Pelicans. Why would you make that statement in the middle of the season?
Well, he didn't make the statement necessarily. There's sources that are saying that he wants to play.
So, yeah, right. Exactly. So, you know, if you're the Bucks and this guy doesn't want to be in Milwaukee for whatever reason,
that kills you in free agency going forward. You're one big name free agent you get wants out after half a season. That is absolutely horrible.
And it goes back to my statement earlier. They got to build around Jabari Parker and the Greek Freak.
But it doesn't matter. If Jabari doesn't get better, and if Giannis doesn't continue to get better, it's not going to matter who's around them. Because you're right.
Agree.
All the eggs are in the basket of those two.
And they should be.
And if they don't develop into star players, I don't care who's playing point guard. It's not going to matter.
Oh, it does matter. I mean, we saw that with Glenn Robinson and Sam Cassell.
And Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
With Sam.
Yeah. So, I mean, Ray Allen and Glenn Robinson were two of the best young players at their positions. But
what's the difference?
But they weren't going anywhere until they brought in Sam Cassell.
But what's the difference? They both could hit jumpers. These two can't.
But
Giannis can't. Can't.
No.
Jabari shows you flashes. Showed you in college he could, but hasn't yet. Mm-hmm. Now, next year, he needs to develop and be that guy.
Did you see the last game before the break?
Yes.
Jabari Parker looked good. Not just good.
He missed a lot of shots around the rim.
Oh, he wouldn't go 7 for 11 from the field or whatever for the game.
I don't know what the number was.
I mean, the guy is shooting like, you know, at a high percentage. and he's 20 years old. I mean, you know, also, if you're Jabari Parker and you just played for Mike Krzyzewski, maybe the best coach in the world.
Whose kids normally aren't all that good in the NBA.
Okay.
Whose kids normally end up don't winning rings in the NBA.
Do you think
that's Krzyzewski?
Do you think Jabari Parker took a step back in coaching from going from Krzyzewski to Kidd?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
I mean, Krzyzewski. I love the way Krzyzewski played Parker. He made him the focal point.
That's
of that
not
offense.
going to happen with this team.
Not with Kidd.
No.
Absolutely. And Kidd's got a different mentality. And that's why I give Krzyzewski all the credit. Like you had mentioned earlier on a different video, you got a good player. You can try to take advantage of his talents.
Right.
His talents have been absolutely wasted up until this point.
There's a lot of questions. Like, where does he play? I mean,
Doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
It
because
does.
right now,
where does Paul Millsap play?
Him and Giannis, he's a 4. Him and Giannis right now, together on the floor, haven't had all that great a chemistry to this point of the year.
They looked great the other night. They were
Okay,
on
but
the floor
you're going on one game of the entire year. You're going,
exactly.
well, for one game, they look pretty good, Steve. Well, that's great, Gary. But we got to go on the whole body of work, or the whole body of work says they haven't, outside of one game.
They have been together essentially a half a season together.
Oh, the same half a season that Greg Monroe's only been in the starting lineup, and the same only half a season. No. The same only half a season that MCW's been in the lineup. That same 5 have only been together a half a season. You're not making excuses.
When did it go off? At 1 minute and 20 seconds.
No, you haven't been making excuses for everybody in the starting 5. Just your guy Jabari and Giannis. That's it. Everybody else, well, you should have figured it out by now. It's been a half a season. Jabari, well, it's only been a half a season. Now, come on, man. You can't go on both sides.
Are you serious?
Pick a side.
Are you serious? How old is Jabari Parker and how old is Greg Monroe and Michael Carter-Williams?
Doesn't matter. It's still a starting 5.
Okay.
No, Gary, it's still a starting 5 trying to figure out how to play with each other.
Michael Carter-Williams
They got to play.
is likely to be traded again, and you're saying he's the answer.
Gary, no, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
yes,
if you
are the president of Michael Carter-Williams.
Fine. But all I'm saying is if you want to give Jabari a chance, then the same chance should be given to everybody else.
It is.
No, it's not.
Why?
The starting 5's been together for a half a season.
They're given a chance to
I brought this up to somebody the other day. Do you realize if this same opportunity and this same short leash would have been given to Aaron Rodgers, he would have been cut 2 years into his career in Green Bay? Do you realize, Andrew Brand even said it to us on the Big Show, they were trying to draft Vince Young because Aaron Rodgers was so bad in preseason and in training camp.
They drafted a quarterback in the second round, too.
But again, that's how bad he was. And if that same leash would have been given to him as been given to MCW, he would have been gone. That's all I'm saying.
You know what,
now, I'm not saying MCW is going to be a Hall of Fame player like Aaron. I'm not saying that.
He's not even going to be an all-star. Okay. So what are you saying?
But so you're saying if he gets a jumper, he can't be an all-star?
He can't be an all-star. That's a big hope.
No, but I'm just saying, if he gets a jumper, can he be an all-star?
Probably not.
Why?
Part of it is because of the other point guards in the Eastern Conference.
Who?
You look at
Derrick Rose can't stay healthy, so forget him. Kyrie's been hurt. Who else you got?
You blow it off. Kyrie Irving.
They can't stay healthy.
Well, if he does, he will.
Well, if he does.
And he's healthy right now. So.
Do you know how many guys you can say about that?
Okay,
well, if this guy could stay healthy.
Is he better than Lowry? Is he better than Teague? Is he better than Alfred Payton?
First of all, hold on. Alfred Payton 2 or 3 years. We should be judging Alfred Payton right now.
Kemba Walker.
No. Kemba Walker.
No, there's a difference.
Kemba Walker is a shooter. He's not a point guard. He's like Brandon Knight. He's a scorer. He's not a point guard. He's not running offense.
How many years has MCW been in the league
taking
now?
shots? 3?
No, 4.
Well, how long Giannis has been in the same draft class? Same draft class as Giannis.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, same draft class, and he won Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
He was Rookie of the Year in Philly.
I thought there was
then he gets traded by the Bucks the Bucks the next year, and now this is his 3rd year. I'm telling you. But again, it doesn't matter because if they trade MCW,
you are so obsessed with MCW,
and they get Jeff Teague,
like he's a future Hall of Famer. Like, hey, he's not even an average point guard right now.
Okay, fine. So they trade MCW, they get Jeff Teague. Then we're going to the playoffs. I can't wait. He's Gery Woelfel. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer.
And they will be going to the playoffs for a long time.
We'll see. I'm not a big fan of Jeff Teague either.
Jeff Teague is a huge upgrade, no question.
Have you seen what his numbers look like?
Yeah, and
his shooting percentage numbers aren't anything to write home about. Not at all. There's a reason why they're going to move on from him.
Was Jeff Teague an all-star 2 years ago? Okay.
2 years ago? That's great. I don't live in the past. I live in the present. He's Gery Woelfel. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer. We'll talk to you next time here on Sports Junkies.
I'd like to know what your blood pressure is at this point.